Hey guys, welcome back to Mo the Taropist. I am your girl Mo, and I am gonna start this new year off right. And when I say I'm starting this new year off right, I mean we are going to get right into it with a monthly sip. If you would like a weekly sip breakdown, you are going to have to catch that on Threads. On Threads, I do a weekly sip breakdown. So here we are going to start with the cardinal signs, and we're going to go into mutable and then the fixed signs. Starting with the cardinal signs, we are talking about Aries. We are talking about, why do I want to say Scorpio? Not Scorpio. We're talking about Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. All right. Those are the signs we are looking at. I mainly base this on sun sign, but if you're interested in taking a peek for your moon, rising, or Venus, that is also up to you, boo, because I can tell you no. All right. Okay. Guardian angels, ancestors, God, divine beings, the benevolent light, please protect me and the people that will be watching this video for whatever placements they feel fit. Allow this reading to resonate with those that it needs to resonate with. Allow this reading to open doors for those that need some doors open. Allow this reading to bring clarity for those that have been feeling stuck, stagnant, and unsure of the direction they're going. Allow this reading to bring peace, healing, and authority, power over the listener's life. And Ashe, it all shall be. All right, so like I said, this reading is going to be for January 2026. It's the monthly sip. Shit, I forgot my tea cards. So you're gonna definitely want to check out the weekly sips on Threads throughout the week, or throughout the month, because I will be using my What's the Tea. Ew, I got a new stand for Christmas, and like that's what I'm using, but it's like way wobbly. Maybe it needs a more sturdy, and maybe it just isn't that sturdy. But anyways, it could be I'm in the trunk of my car because I needed some space. I was gonna do it in the front seat, but this is literally my way of trying to get space for my kids, for my husband, because I usually try to do it at my desk, right? Because that seems logical, but like it's just too loud, too much going on. So save that for another time. So I drove to a little mountain. I'm sitting in my trunk on top of the mountain. Ooh, somebody let their dog out. It's a black dog. Oh, that makes me think of Hecate. So some of you guys could be connected to Hecate. If you are, you may even be seeing owls. Snakes could be very significant to you. The number 8 and then the number 3. And like I said, this reading for the first part is going to be for the cardinal signs. So Aries, Capricorn, my brain is drawing a blank, Libra, and Cancer. So if you are one of those cardinal signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, this reading is going to be for you. Hecate is the road opener goddess. She is the goddess that opens things that are stuck and stagnant. And sometimes people often look at her fearful because she represents the unknown. She's representing the darkness, the underworld. She is also the goddess of witchcraft. So the decks I'm using today are the Brit's Third Eye Tarot deck and the Angel Number deck. And then I'm also going to be using the Mystical Journey Oracle. So far the cards that we have out here are the King of Swords, the Empress, the Three of Cups. And the King of Swords and the Three of Cups are both in the reverse with the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is giving a taste of that fulfillment. Like, you are seeing what has been hindering the things that you desire, and you are seeing where you have been responsible or allowed these things to prevent you from being and doing what it is that you want to do. You see where you are being blocked, essentially. Healing hands here. Being blocked essentially from the things that you thought you needed or you desired. You felt like these things were going to bring you or lever you into a position that is going to fulfill you, but essentially these things brought more pain, and not in like a negative way, but the pain, the sovereignty you felt was from the lack of understanding, the inability to connect yourself to something that brings you joy. The King of Swords in the reverse is talking about somebody that is very manipulative and somebody that tries to use things against you. The Empress here in the upright talks about you being nurturing, being soft, being gentle. With the healing hands, I definitely get this picture of somebody that does Reiki or is putting their hand over somebody. They're touching somebody, and this could be you unknowingly. You're touching somebody with the story you have to tell. The Three of Cups in the reverse usually speaks of walking away from third parties, but to me, it's just you seeing what is not for you. You're seeing where things are just providing more stress and not enough peace for you. You're seeing where you are wanting more. Tell me more about this Three of Cups. What's this Three of Cups for the cardinal signs? So you have the Judgment, the Moon card, and the Eight of Wands. Judgment, the Moon card are in the reverse. So you are seeing things from what they are, and with this clarity, and it could have been a third party. It could just be a group of friends no longer fitting. You're just not very celebratory at this time. You're seeing things from a different perspective. And this shift happened very quickly. This is a shift that happened so quickly, you almost didn't have time to process this. When I'm looking at this scenario from like a past, present, future dynamic, the past being the King of Swords in the reverse. This is your past. This is how you used to be, or this is how you once allowed people to treat you. You once allowed people to tell you a story, and this story usually was something that just worked for you, something, or worked for them, but you went with it. You went with the flow because it was just something you were used to. It's a dynamic you knew was meant to happen. The Empress, which is another 3 card, being in the middle here, is for present. This is the present energy. Your present energy is knowing your worth, knowing who the hell you are, knowing what you stand for, what are negotiable things or actions, what are non-negotiable, what are you going to allow, what aren't you going to allow, where do you stand in certain dynamics, and you have the discernment to know this. Okay, so you're no longer guessing, wondering, hypothesizing. You're no longer doing this. You are sure. Okay, you're looking at the situation for being sure for what's going on here in the month of January. You are seeing where things once aligned did not align, and now some people may even be wanting to circle the block. I'm hearing Mercury retrograde for some of you. So Mercury retrograde may be a time where people try to circle the block with you and you're like, oh hell no. I remember when you did X, Y, and Z, and from this little conversation that we're having, it's not a kiki haha, and I'm feeling like you ain't being genuine. You being dishonest and not like, I can't trust you. You have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So the overall energy for January for you is definitely feeling successful, feeling seen, feeling like you're on top of the world, feeling like you are where you should be in life. You no longer are wondering what external people are thinking. You no longer need their validation either. You are emotionally content with where you are and where it is that you're going in life. You have released the betrayals. Underneath the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, we had the Ten of Swords reversed. You've released the betrayals. You're no longer holding on to the hurts and pains and sorrows of 2025, 2024, 2023. In January 2026, you have already initiated yourself into a new beginning. And you are going to have so many people looking at you in a different way, in a different form, in a different fashion than you've ever had people look at you before. You have the Nine of Cups also underneath the Ten of Swords in the reverse, and that Six of Wands that was at the bottom of the deck. With this is telling me that you are beginning to feel successful in the way that you handle yourself, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you present yourself in the world. You are no longer being fearful or ashamed of how people see you or how they once perceived you. Your passion has been restored and is ignited at this time, cardinal signs, and it is time. It is time to put down those old sorrows. It is time to put down the old worries and pains of the past. And I'm thinking more of the external pains that you spent so many years worrying about, burdening yourself with this healing hands. And I'm going to read from the book for this with this one when I wrap it up. But with this healing hands, I'm feeling like you have the energy to heal the people around you. But not only that, the people around you have the energy in the space to heal you. They have space to hold for you. But do you allow them to hold that space? When you need the help, are you asking? Are you telling like your besties, your husband, your wife, your partner, whomever? Are you telling them like, yo, I really need some time. I really need this space. I really need fill in the blank. What do you need? Are you telling them? And if you're saying no, then Buki, you ain't doing what's right for you. Okay. So then we have our numerology cards here. And you have, which is this bottom one at the bottom of the deck. I am an Aries sun, okay, with Aries in my 12th house. Now, I am recording this on the 31st in 2025 to ensure that I have it posted for January 1st, 2026, because I promised myself when it comes to my tarot shit and the things that I enjoy doing spiritually and that I feel comfortable sharing with everybody, that I am going to put my best foot forward this year. I am no longer holding myself back, because guess who was my biggest enemy in 2025 and years prior? Myself. I always held myself back. I always procrastinated, and I always kept myself small because it made other spaces that were uncomfortable when I was big more comfortable. So this year I'm like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, because I don't like that shit. So anyways, what's interesting is that I got in the car, was driving over here. It's 111. When I did that, it's 111 at the bottom of the deck. Confirmation burp. So if any of what I just said about me personally resonated with you, which I bet you it did, then this message is entirely for you. And if you didn't want to stay, well, that's just too darn bad, because I've locked you in, boo. Okay, so we have, the first number we have here is 1313, starting fresh, encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious times. That's freaking crazy. Horse. And we're going into the year of the fire horse. There's 2 freaking horses. Ah! Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. Okay. And I was just speaking all about that for me only. And who knows, maybe this shit ain't recording and I've just spent all this time just talking to myself, because this has happened to me on numerous occasions. Okay, and then the other card we have here is 1001, spiritual awakening, new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and healing in the right direction. We have freaking healing hands here. It's fucking nuts. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the right path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. And then the bottom of the deck card. Oh my gosh, there's 3 dogs. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, one day I'm going to be a farmer. Not like a real farmer, but I just want like a horse maybe and some ducks. I have a few children. My youngest child wants some ducks and horses. Okay, so 111. Intuition, moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, unconditional love. Time to implement long cherished ideas. You're on the right track toward making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. Just like I was just telling my mom a couple weeks ago, trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, healing hands. I'm going to read you this, and then we'll be done with the cardinal signs, and I'll be moving into the mutable signs. So, healing hands. Divination. From the chaos in your heart, the healing hands card appears to guide you in times of distress. The healing hands on this card signify 2 hands joined, with one representing order and the other chaos. In this world of polarities, you cannot have one without the other. However, once the chaos has been felt and experienced, a calm order will prevail. You may be feeling some strong emotions such as rejection, betrayal, confusion, or hurt, and it can be hard to process these big feelings. Stay with them, cry, shout, talk to a friend, write, sing, or dance. Do what you need. I'm also, they said scream, shout. I'm on top of a mountain, so I had this vision of somebody hiking and being on top of the mountain screaming once they get to the top. So if that's your boat, I need you to float in that. Do what you need to do to release the emotions so you do not stay stuck in your body. When emotions stay trapped, they form a mesh-like armor that blocks the beautiful, healing, universal energy from flowing through you. After you have released your feelings, you will sense a calmness wash over you by relaxing and letting go. Your inner turmoil can return to a state of calm and relaxation. When you draw this card, it may feel like the universe is conspiring against you, but you need to trust that what is happening to you right now is happening for a reason. When all seems like chaos around you, become the eye of the storm, the calm centre that knows that whatever happens, you will always be okay. Action. Ask yourself what lessons can be learned from the situation you are in. Acknowledge the pain you feel, and then discover how can you turn this experience into something positive and empowering. Okay, y'all. So, cardinal signs, that was your reading. I hope this reading brought you so much clarity, peace, and love. If it did not, it probably did not resonate with you. And if it did resonate with you, but you're just feeling like, oh my gosh, that was a lot, make sure you follow me on Threads so you can get weekly breakdowns of the SIP, because this is January 2026 the SIP. I will take a few moments to kind of see if any other channels come to me, specifically the vulture. I seen a vulture on my way up here, And the vulture speaks about rebirth, death, breaking down of cycles. If you don't know much about a vulture is an animal that eats carcasses, and people may look at them as nasty, mangy, which that vulture actually did look mangy. It looked like it was gonna die, but it's part of the cycle of life, right? Like, if you think about it, once that vulture dies, if there's not another animal in this area that's gonna eat it, the other vultures that live in this area will smell it and then come and, like, you know, eat them up. And so the vulture is all about the cycle of life and the continuation from death and rebirth. One cycle is ending currently right now in our life in 2025 as I'm recording this. There is a cycle in your life that is on the verge of ending or has just started to end, and you can feel that foundation crumbling. But I promise you, in 2026 is the initiation year. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that for personal years, but 2026 is a year one. It's an initiation year. It's a 10-1, which means that the numbers to create this year one actually added up to 10 before it was a single digit 1. And that 10 is a completion. It's a circle, a full circle. Okay. That means that you went around the block. Okay, you went around this block so many times, boo, and the block has blocked. Okay, you have learned all you needed to learn on this block, and it is time to find a new path. And I ask you today, what path are you choosing to take? Are you choosing to take your left path? Are you choosing to take the right path? But this path needs to be a path that aligns with your heart, with your soul, and the destiny that you have chosen for you, and not a destiny chosen for anybody else. All right, Cardinal sign. So if this message resonated, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video, share it with the bestie for the restie, and then go ahead and hit my threads. Give me a follow there. And just help me grow this year, okay? Yeah, so if you're liking my vibe, make sure you subscribe. I'm not even playing with y'all. All right. So we're getting into these mutable signs. Y'all, mutable signs will be Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. If you are a mutable sign, this is your space, okay? Okay. Just give me a second because I kind of want to make sure it's recording. Okay. Yes, it is. I heard the back camera was the best camera, but then it's also like I can't see what's happening here. Success for my mutable signs. Yes, I love this so much for you. Okay, you have let go of the disappointments in your life. You are moving forward. You are finding what really aligns with you. What do you love to do? What aligns with your soul? What connects to you? You are planting new seeds. You are planting new seeds to get you to where you want to be. You are looking for the betterness in your life, okay? So you mutable signs had a year where you got more than what you had anticipated or expected out of life, okay? You had to experience some karma, some karmic debts, or you've seen people experience their karmic debts. These could be people that have betrayed you, weren't honest with you, that deceived you. When it came to work, these people said they would do something, assist you, and then they didn't follow through. You have been ran down, mutable signs, but it's time for a new beginning. It is time for you to allow yourself to have the love, the patience, the admiration to start something new again. I was looking to see where the horsies went, but I don't know where they went. I have an obsession with animals. That's a problem. You guys probably do too. I almost bet if you like my vibe, you have an obsession with animals too. Okay. Oh my gosh. Someone saw the angel numbers. Okay, any angel numbers for the mutable signs here? Just a couple, y'all. Just a couple. So we got 0707 and 1234, which that's interesting because I seen that when I was shuffling the deck. It actually fell out, you know, when you see me pick up all those cards. Okay, so we got 0707 1234. Let's see, let's shuffle from the last deck that we're using today. Oh, if you're interested in the decks that I'm using today, I am using the Mystical Journeys Oracle deck. I am using Brit's Third Eye Tarot and the Numberology deck. And I have issues with keeping boxes, so not all my decks have boxes. Don't come for me. Where'd this homie on a bike come from? I'm so nosy. All right. Your card is Resistance. Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why you've had to go through that karma this past year. In 2025, Saturn was really on your ass. And I think it's because you were resisting some of these lessons. You have the Devil in the reverse. And the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Are you over here trying to make shit happen when you're not supposed to be? Because you also have the Four of Cups in the reverse, which tells me you're supposed to be relaxing. You're supposed to be learning how to dump shit out that you're not supposed to be keeping anymore. And look at you, trying to hold it all in. I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles now, and the Four of Pentacles depicts somebody that's holding something real close to their chest. They're not wanting to let it go. They're not wanting to let it drop or slide or nothing. They just want to hold it close. But why? Why do you want to hold something close if it doesn't mean anything to you? If it's no longer important, if it's holding you back, if it's keeping you stagnant? I can tell by these cards that you are wanting something different than what you've experienced in life so far. You are wanting a new way of doing things. You are wanting a new perspective. You are wanting I'm hearing a new lease on life. With this Page of Wands in the reverse, you are feeling stuck in life right now. You are feeling like life is not providing you what it is that you wanted it to provide. And I'm hearing Spirit say, you need to be clear with what you want. Baby, what do you want? Oh, what do you desire? What makes you feel good? What makes you happy? When you close your eyes and you take breaths and you think about your future, what are you seeing? Yeah, baby, because if you're not looking bigger picture, if you're not looking at the big picture of what you truly desire, you're not going to be able to make goals to get you to that. Every year is going to feel like running in a rat race. You're always going to feel like you're that rat running on a hamster wheel, or a hamster or whatever, okay? You're always going to feel like you're running in circles. And this could be where the resistance comes in. So cherry blossoms or sakura, they, to me, without doing much research, mean transformation, rebirth, and new beginnings. Why they mean that to me is because they bloom in the springtime. They bloom in March, and they don't stay bloomed very long. If I remember correctly, they're done by April, May time. And that transitional phase often seems so quick. There's also something here about the resistance of knowing a specific door, a specific path you need to go down, but you keep going down all these other random ass paths. And these paths ultimately every time just don't align. But with every unaligned path, you get closer and closer to acknowledging the path that aligns with you. Spirit is breathing in new DNA into your soul right now. Spirit is uplifting you. She is bringing in more softness and peace. She's opening up that heart chakra, and she's ensuring your throat chakra is so open that you speak it, every time you feel it, and people feel it too. In some ways, you feel so rooted in this life of flow. But in other ways, it's so scary to you, you keep jumping into these other random ass doors. All right. I hope that part of the message makes sense to you, because shit. Okay, so your first number that we're going to talk about is 0707. It's titled Compromise, Self-Awareness, Forgiveness, Professionalism, Empathy, Tenacity, and Freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges, express your emotions, and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. So speak your truth, and if somebody don't understand it, don't sit there and argue with them. Just say it and move on. When they're ready to acknowledge and address it and come forth with it, they finna spin the block with you, boo. Okay, the other card we have is 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck, spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. And the last card that we need to talk about is 5555. And the reason why I find this interesting is because the resistant card that I'm going to read to you is 14, card 14. 1 and 4 add up to 5. So then I was like, we just need to go ahead and talk about this 5. Okay, so 5555 is clarity, great transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast pace, forward, and process. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end, which I already spoke about as well. And I also mentioned to you that, what made me think about that? Everything is working out for the best. Oh, you will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Hello, the resistance card came out. You're not adapting. You're resisting the change. And if you continue resisting that change, the good fortune that is awaiting you in this new beginning is not going to come to you. You just went through hell and back. with all the Saturn shit. Some of you probably experience a fucking Saturn return. Okay? So don't you want a new beginning? Don't you want something that feels a bit softer for you, that feels a bit more mild, more digestible, even if there is shit that's gonna pop off? Because I want something more digestible. I don't know about you, but shit. Okay, so we're gonna read this resistance card, and then we gonna move on, because I need to do the fixed signs. I know the fixed signs would be upset if I don't get to them. I know I'm gonna be upset, because then that means I didn't follow through with what I told myself that I was gonna do today. I wasted my time, and we don't want that. No, we don't. Okay, resistance card number 14. Divination. The image in the resistance card depicts the goddess of inspiration and creativity. She wants you to break through your internal resistance and courageously follow your chosen life path. Her breath fills you with inspiration to keep going on your journey, even though you may be consistently distracted from your mission. Focus and stay on your course, even when negative thoughts, demanding relationships, or small setbacks block your path. Just keep going. When this card appears, it means you have a problem with procrastination, and it can also indicate self-sabotage and a fear of failure or success. In the inner struggle of not feeling good enough and push through the resistance you feel. Trying to make something perfect can take away from completing a project. Completed is better than perfect. You have a cosmic responsibility to fulfill your life purpose, and though it may not always be easy, it will bring rich learning experience. Life is a protracted journey, a long song, and each major or minor note upon your path becomes part of a beautiful life symphony. You will be richly rewarded for your persistence. Feel the goddess of inspiration and creativity fill you with fresh motivation to complete your task and walk your path with confidence and joy. Action. Working on something for at least 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference when it comes to completing a task. Set a timer and work without distraction for at least this amount of time. Little and often will start to add up, and your patience and persistence will pay off. All right, boom. Mutable signs. If this resonated with you, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. My goal for the end of 2026 is to get up to 10,000 subscribers. It sounds very ambitious because I'm starting at 51. So okay, if it resonates with you, make sure you subscribe. Send it to your bestie for the restie so they can also subscribe. And also make sure you check out my threads, because if this monthly sip was juicy for you, check out the weekly sip, because your girl forgot her tea cards and she will be using them on the weekly sips, okay? So make sure you follow me on threads so you can get that information as well. All right, I am going to be cleaning up. I hope y'all have a wonderful, fantastic January 2026. I hope this January brings you all the positivity and upliftment you need moving forward, so the rest of your 2026 feels amazing. Peace, love, and many blessings. Now on to my fixed signs. So if you are a fixed sign, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, then that means you have Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius in any of those placements. So in your sun, in your moon, in your rising, in your Venus placements. You would have Aquarius, you would have Taurus, or Leo, or Scorpio. All right, so what is January 2026 message? Okay, Page of Wands. Okay, I can't do uneven, so you guys have the most cards. Okay, hold on. Okay. transformation is the overall energy for you. So you had a transformative 2025. You are carrying some of that energy into January 2026, but this is going to be like you bringing in like the new you, the newfound who you are self, right? So you have the Two of Pentacles here, the Chariot, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, clarifying the Chariot and the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So you're constantly like questioning yourself. You're questioning your ability to do something, whether it's about how fast or how quickly things should be done. It could even just be you like not compromising, comparing yourself to other people, or comparing how others do things to how you do things. There needs to be a balance here. You've spent a lot of time in the past trying to create this balance, okay? And then you were making great progress towards who you are today, but you still question it. You still have like that imposter syndrome. Moving into later into January, you have this Knight of Wands energy. And this Knight of Wands energy is like the beginnings before you get into the Queen of Wands, where you feel, you know, that you're all that in a basket of chips. Like nobody can, like even if somebody tries to feed you a piece of humble pie, you're like, reject, because I don't need that, okay? I'm hot shit and that's it. Yeah, okay. And then you have, with this Knight of Wands, you're like starting to understand that, right? You're starting to understand your hot shit and that's it. But you're learning to slow down, to take a breath, to take a pace. You're learning to find your way without being too abrupt, without being too in your face. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're seeing where staying out of the way to a degree is beneficial. But you're also seeing where you pushing yourself too far into that corner is not beneficial. Like, you know, it's pushing you into a corner, right? Okay, I thought with short hair I wouldn't have that problem where hair just be getting everywhere, but that's still a problem. Numberology, some angel numbers for the fixed signs for January 2026. We have 111. You probably have some cardinal placements, so Cancer, Aries, Libra, or Capricorn in your big three. And then there was another one that flipped. 9999. You guys actually got the most angel numbers, because all the rest of them they got 3 because I was taking the bottom of the deck, but you guys will have 4 because I'm gonna take the bottom of the deck still. Okay, and then you have 1212. And then the last card I need to pull before I do anything else. This deck is the Mystical Journey Oracle cards. Okay, Oracle cards for my big signs. Preferably just one, Spirit. Thank you. Bro. Okay. Redemption. Okay, so there's a few words that stick out to me. Redemption and persistence are the words that stick out to me. And the reason being is redemption. I'm thinking like a redemption period, or like a chance to show what you're really worth, what you really have to offer. You have this ability to set down all the fears that you've ever had in your life and just start fresh. You have the ability to start fresh today. And it's your redemption. This is your redemption year. This is the month where you set the tone for this redemption. And then the persistence. You in the past have lacked persistence. You were scared to truly show up for who you are and what you represent. But you have this new determination to walk forward, to step forward with this persistence, with this tenacity, with this grace, with this ambition that you have not had before. And you're going to have people look at you and say, who does this bitch think she is? And you're going to say, I am that bitch. I am that bitch and all that in a basket of chips. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you are going to wholeheartedly know who you are, what you stand for, and what you got going for yourself. You're gonna know. And you're gonna do that thing. You are going to set these goals and strive towards these goals. And by the end of 2026, you're going to turn back and look at January 2026 and say, damn, I did that shit. I shifted it. I teetered the scales. The scale has tipped and it's tipping in my favor. That's going to be you in December 2026. But here in January 2026, you are setting the vibe. You are setting the intention, the emotion behind it. You are setting where you go, how you move, where you move. You are doing it. And you're going to keep doing it. And I'm so proud of you for keep doing it. Okay. Yeah, you've started a new journey. You are no longer fighting with yourself and holding on to old beliefs of people in the past. You are learning to let go of those beliefs. You're learning to set that down. You're learning to speak up and speak up for your passions, your excitements, your truths, your honor, your story. You're learning to express it just the way it is. And if somebody has something negative to say, you're learning to just let them. And strive no matter what. We're going to look into your angel numbers. So the first angel number is 111. It's intuition. And the keywords for this card is moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, and unconditional love. The message with this card says it's time to implement long-cherished ideas. You are on the right track toward making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. Your next card is 9999, lessons learned. Culmination, results, benefits, reflection, and completion. Take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. You made it, and the reward goes to you. And then the next card is 1212. Persistence, shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, and new experiences. Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. Which is interesting because this card was set on top of the Knight of Wands. And that card is all about passion and enthusiasm, excitement, chemistry when we're talking about love and romance. And then the card at the bottom of the deck is 1414. Light up, mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, quality. Focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Okay, lastly, I'm going to read the redemption card number 27, which adds to 9, which we did have some 9 here, okay? While I look for this card, I just want to say that if this is resonating with you and you would like more weekly breakdowns of the month, make sure you check me out on Threads and give me a follow there, but also subscribe here on my YouTube channel so you can get consistent updates of more videos. I plan to post more on a regular basis. This is a personal goal for 2026, so make sure you subscribe. All your subscriptions help me to continue to feel like my messages are needed in this world, because I often also feel like, hey, there's already a lot of tarot readers, they don't need me. But then I also have to remember that nobody reads like me, nobody vibes like me, okay? Nobody looks like me, nobody's cute like me, nobody's happy like me, nobody smiles like me, nobody's sad like me, nobody's angry like me, okay? Nobody handles things like me, okay? So I had to remember that. I also have to remember that on several occasions in my personal life, not just like this stuff, you know? Anyway, so as I was saying, if you enjoy my vibe, if you enjoy the space that I have created, even though I am in the trunk of my car, as a mom, I feel like this is the only place I get like quiet. And then I have several Sagittarius placements, and I feel like my messages come better when I'm traveling. So again, if you vibe, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you find me on Threads and follow me there. You can also follow me on IG, but I don't really post on there. But Mo the Taropist is the handle for that. And yeah, back to what does redemption have to say for you, boo? Let's see. The goddess depicted on the redemption card is opening her arms to the universe, seeking redemption. She is asking for forgiveness, but in her heart, she understands that the choices she makes are hers and hers alone. She belongs to no one else. The snakes coming from her chest represent feelings of guilt and self-judgment. Tough decisions have been made, but she has honored her needs. This has not come with sacrifice, but it has set her upon her highest path. Redemption rises from the bones of self-blame and regret. This card asks you to move on from the painful past and cast aside any feelings of remorse. What has been done cannot be undone, and you have learned great lessons from your experience. The proud and gentle stag standing at the top of the image herald a time of positive change and a release from suffering. Deer, trust their instincts. They are powerful and independent. Learn to trust your own instincts. Decisions when it comes to doing what is best for you. And do not give this power away to others. And it's interesting because this card says that you've learned some lessons. We have 2 cards that speak about learned lesson, and it also says you need to trust your intuition. And this card also denotes that as well. And with the 2 of Pentacles here, I feel like you've been doing a lot of balancing, like a balancing act. Like if I go this way, then this is going to happen. If I do this, then this is going to happen. If I choose this way, then these people are going to say this. If I choose this way, then these people are going to say this. Blah, 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 blah. Baby, it's your life. It's your life. Which way are you going to be happy choosing? Okay, if you choose this way and you sit with that idea of what that might hold for you, are you happy about it? If the answer is no, don't choose that direction. If you choose this way and you sit with the energy of this direction and you don't feel aligned with that energy either, then baby, it's okay to stay right here. It's okay to be in the middle until one of the directions that present itself, the opportunities that come forward, present itself, actually feel aligned for you. If it don't feel aligned, why are you trying to force something? You know? Like, because forced farts mean what? A shark. So let's not do that, because that's not cute. Okay, the last part of this card is about the action you need to take. Focus on the wild goddess and feel her power. She is the keeper of her own soul, and she makes her own decisions with grace and beauty. Play some drumming music and dance to the beat with abandon so you can rediscover your wild spirit. That was worded really weird. I'm going to reread it differently. Play some drumming music and dance to the beat. Abandon what others think so you can rediscover your wild spirit. Your wild spirit, because we want to see you, boo. We don't want to see Granny who said shaking your butt too early is going to make you fast. Baby, you're what, 35 now? Maybe you're 25. Maybe you're 22 and you're scared to shake your butt. Shake your butt, okay? Because trauma lives in your hips, okay? So move them hips, girl, okay? Do a little this, do a little that. Get, okay? I don't even have a beat. And I'm a person that can't make a beat and keep a beat, okay? Like, if I were to start drumming on the pieces of my car right now, I would lose my beat, okay? But that don't stop me because I still make beats. And I laugh every time I lose my beat. Because it's about having fun. Sometimes our journey in life is literally just about relaxing and having fun. I feel like fixed signs, you guys get so fixated on presenting a certain aesthetic or presenting a certain something, okay? You get fixated on how people perceive something, and this may not be for all of you, okay? But like some of us, we do get fixated on stuff like that, and I just want this to be a reminder that other people's decisions don't affect your circumstance, because you know, some people tomorrow may not be here. The same very people that are talking mess about how you chose to do whatever it is you chose to do, they may not be in your life tomorrow, and then you not done something because you were worried about what they said, but they're not here now. And now you're like, well, I wish I would have done that. Well, yeah, because you should have done that. So now do it. You didn't do it last year, do it this year. Start today. Today is a perfect day to start something new. It takes roughly, and I'm going to say roughly because I don't know, but it takes roughly 7 days to make something a habit. So if you do it every single day for 7 days, it will just naturally become a part of you. And once it becomes a part of you, that new habit you created, for good or for bad, will catapult you in another direction. So which direction do you want to go today? All right, fixed signs, that has been your reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did not, child, that's fine. If it did, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you find me on Threads, like I was saying, so you can get all the weekly sips. And comment down below how this resonated, okay? Because I don't really know what else I want you to comment. I just want to know how it resonated with you. Anyways, thank you for joining me here on my journey today on YouTube. I hope to see you back on my next video. Peace, love, and many blessings. Bye-bye.